Back again. Don't know why my camera stops recording every now and then. Anyway, I found a giant prick. Try walking through there. Oh! You need a machete. And I don't mean Danny Trejo. Actually, a machete would not work very well. Hedge, aka Osage, is a very dense and tough wood. Probably break your machete. It's more like you need a chainsaw massacre. Movie references. Little bird nest up there. But I don't see any birdies in it. It's a small nest. I wonder if it belongs to a sparrow. Or swallowtail. Well, no, swallowtails have different nests, don't they? I don't remember. And here's a little bench for your convenience. For those hikers who don't like hiking. And here is the view from the bench. And here's me getting up from the bench. Bet some of y'all wonder sometimes, how does he keep getting taller? Go, go, gadget legs! What was that? So just to be forewarned, there seem to be many forks here at Swanson Park. So if you are the indecisive type, this may be a little hectic for you. It seems as though I have stumbled upon the village of a native tribe. They have very elaborate homes. Put plenty of time and resources into their living quarters. Very comfortable places. If you can make friends with them and be invited in, they are typically a friendly type. More trails heading up there. So many signs. So if you're looking for enlightenment, there are a lot of signs out here helping lead you toward that. This Swanson legacy. Look, that is a creepy picture. They have no faces. The dog's clear, but the people just aren't there. Nels Swanson and his wife, Elizabeth, with their 2-year-old son, Simon. Photo, circa 1888, courtesy of Harold Swanson. So he took a picture of his own family and erased their faces? Sounds a bit sketchy. The Swanson legacy. Swanson Park sits on land homesteaded in 1874 by Nels Swanson, a Swedish immigrant. Although his 160-acre tract had less farmable land than surrounding tracts, it was rich in wildlife with a dependable source of water, the Cowskin Creek. After receiving title to the land, he tried his hand as a miner in Colorado for a few years. He returned in 1888 with his wife Elizabeth and their 2-year-old son Simon. With the help of a neighbor, they built a 3-room house, a barn, and outbuildings. Clearly not standing today. I wonder if there are some remains. Simon, the oldest of Nels and Elizabeth's 3 children, eventually took over the farm. He married Ottilia Duker in 1920, and they raised 3 children of their own, Kjersti, Gloria, and Harold. Simon was a conservationist before the idea was popular. He rotated his crops, plowed straw into gullies to prevent erosion, and left unbroken prairie grass borders around his fields to provide wildlife habitat. He maintained areas along the creek and in other parts of the farm in their natural state. The native prairie grass grew so tall in good years it reached above his head. Not there yet. Get close. The farm remained in the Swanson family for 100 years. Part of it became Swanson Park in 1975, and the remainder was sold for the housing development southeast of the park. The quality of the wildlife habitat you see here today can be credited to the loving stewardship bestowed on this land by the Swansons. Well, there's part 3 of the Swanson Park series. We shall return.